If you're on the run, or just staying home, if you're with some friends, or just all alone, have a cup of coffee or tea, if you please, and listen to me today on Cardio Coombs Cafe. Hey there, you're listening to Cardio Coombs Cafe podcast, and this is season 2, episode 1. And I'm your host, Aaron Coombs, and here I am with my special guest, my brother, the bestest with the beardest, Marc Coombs.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, how art thou? Good. Did you have a good 2020?
I did. That was your 2020.
2020 was the best.
Yeah.
Well, the best thing that came out of 2020 would be my daughter Kalani and our little niece Isabella.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. We have a few topics today to start off this day. First, we're just going to enjoy some Cardio Coombs Cafe coffee. Colombian medium roast. So, we got a basketball game on today. The Raptors do. This is currently Monday. And we watched them play yesterday. They're 12th now, I think, the 15th.
You mean the day before?
Oh, day before. That was Saturday.
Yeah, so it was nice to see them. They got a couple wins, back-to-back wins against the Hornets. It'd be nice for them to get some kind of rhythm on the go now. Get out of the basement of the NBA standings that they're currently in. But I feel as though they're a bit better than what they're playing. But I think I can see them do a bit better. But they're not going to be a number 2 or a number 3 seed like they were last year. That's for sure.
Number 12.
The losses of Bach and Gasol really hurts the team because they don't really have a true centerman.
It's good that they're playing some of their bench players, but then again, there's another.
It'd be better if they were winning too, though.
Yeah, well, they won 3, lost 8, and they're playing again today, Monday, and Wednesday, and Friday, and Sunday. I believe they're playing the Mavericks today and Heat.
Isn't it 4 wins now? It's 4 wins now.
Four.
Yeah, 4 big wins.
Big.
But I guess you can look at it. If they won those back-to-back games where they lost by 1 point, they'd be 6-6. So they could very easily be a 500 team. But that said, that's what they should be. Try to do as best they can, basically.
What's your thoughts on Aaron Baines?
He's not overly good. I thought that from the beginning, even before he was a Raptor. He's not a replacement for Gasol or Ibaka, let alone both of them. Now, luckily, we do got Boucher going in there, and he is getting some blocks and points in that position. So I can see, now he's a bit small for a big man, like weight wise, but he does get a lot of blocks, and his offense has been good, especially his 3 games. So we'll see.
I find I don't play Matt Thomas very much, but he's decent.
Well, I doesn't really know. We don't see him enough to know how good he is.
McCaw, they still got McCaw.
But I'm not sure what the status is. We should look it up for the show.
And OG was killing it last night. Saturday night.
I feel OG, they got him at a good price, and I feel his potential. He's just reaching his potential now, so he should be a good player in the future for sure.
For sure. So, for basketball, do you usually just watch Raptors, or is there other teams that you cheer for? Or?
No, it's only I will pick up a game of other teams from time to time, but Raptors are my only team. I'm not one of those people that have multiple teams. I don't believe in that.
And as for hockey, you love the Canadians, right?
Senators.
Senators?
Yeah. And let's go to hockey now, I guess. So, over the weekend, Ottawa split their first 2 games. We played 2 games against the Maple Leafs. Good victory in the first one. The second one, we lost by a goal. So, overall, with the 9 new players, I feel that Ottawa's looking a lot better. I think they're looking good, and it should be interesting to see what they do this season now. Obviously, I don't think they're going to win the Cup this year, but any kind of improvement from the last couple of years is great.
And the Habs beat Edmonton Oilers Saturday night.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I think
do you remember what the score was after? It was a pretty dominant one, wasn't it?
I think it was 6-1. I'm not 100% sure. And I think they're 4th out of 7 in the Northern Division. But there's games every day, so you can't really
look at the standings yet.
Yeah.
So like 2 or 3 games in. So.
And what's your thoughts on football?
Excuse me. I seen Tom Brady's Buccaneers had the win yesterday, but I don't really follow football that much, to be honest.
No.
Now, UFC, we got McGregor has a match next Saturday. That might be something I'm interested in seeing.
Is it Tom Cruise or is it?
No, it's like actually a UFC match.
No.
And what else we got sports wise? Sports.
Sports.
I think it pretty much clues up sports.
That's it. Swipe side of sports. Let's move on to
Did I say Conor McGregor? Yeah. Hopefully I didn't say Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor, the actor.
How can he fight?
I don't know. All right. Moving on. All right, we're going to talk about music. Music. So, recent albums I've been listening to. Maybe I should talk to you first.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
It's really only one.
Yeah,
and it's Weird by Youngblood. His newer one.
Oh, okay, I haven't really heard the singles. How's the album?
It's good. It's all light, but it's good.
Oh, okay.
And I know one that you've been listening to is Run the Jewels 4.
Well, I haven't. I do still listen to it, but not as much as I was earlier. It's actually picked up a few album of the year, and they got artist of the year from Spin. So I still recommend that album. The album I'm listening to a fair bit is The Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny by Mr. Bungle. As I was talking about, I talked about it in previous episodes, but now I've got the vinyl for Christmas, so I got the full effect. So it's an excellent thrash metal album. I totally recommend that. As well, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard just released a new album. They released one 2 months ago, but I haven't listened to the new one yet. So
is that the one with the Aboriginal kind of?
No, that's not that at all.
Not that at all.
Anyways, yeah, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard have a new album out, so that's one I gotta check out. I guess the new Eminem was pretty good. But,
Music to be murdered by.
It's not really something I listen to a lot. Yeah. I guess I'll give it another listen before I get my final opinion on it, but it's all right.
He still kills it. Still got the flow, but he needs some. I'm not gonna say substance. He's gonna spit rap at me now. Fuck you, Aaron Coombs.
This track, he'll kill you.
I don't know why he talks like that.
He'll bury you like MGK. You'll have to change your musical genre.
And another album I've been listening to that's new is by Sam Smith. So they're pretty good. Love Goes. I know you're not really. Their last album. I love singing during Trout Fest.
Oh, okay.
And my favorite albums of all time, I'm gonna say, is Grace by Jeff Buckley.
Grace is great.
And I love Sam Cooke. Not confused by Sam Smith, but Sam Cooke, the old school music. So your favorite album of all time?
Favorite album of all time?
Put you on the spot.
Is Californication.
Californication?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna put up some records here, some vinyl that I have. Not all of them, but it's just a few. And you say some things that come to mind. Or
okay. What? Hopefully these albums I've heard before.
It brings you back in the past. This whole segment
will work.
So, right now we have the Bee Gees. What do you think about when you see the Bee Gees?
We got... This one's called Children of the World, so it looks like disco era. Okay. So, I've never heard this album in particular, but I feel as though You Should Be Dancing was on the... was that on Saturday Night Fever, or this was after Saturday Night Fever?
I think this was after. So, the greatest hits, though, when you think Bee Gees, I'll think of our father, Des. And that's when Mom had the Bee Gees too growing up on vinyl. And, yeah.
You got different eras of the Bee Gees, right? You got, like, the...
old school.
You got the more singer-songwriter early era, then you got the disco era.
I
don't mind either. Now, obviously, I think the earlier Bee Gees is probably stronger musically, but, there's a few fun jams. The Saturday Night Fever soundtrack was good.
And now, Bridge Over Troubled Water, Simon Garfunkel.
Oh, this is excellent. I'm a big fan of Simon and Garfunkel. A lot of jams on this one. Everything from Baby Driver to The Only Living Boy in New York, Bridge Over Troubled Water, El Condor Pasa, Cecilia. There's got a lot of titles on it. I strongly recommend Simon and Garfunkel any day. They're great.
Any day. And this singer doesn't currently go by this name, but we all know him as Cat Stevens. He's a classic, one of Dez's, our fathers as well. favorite singers. It got a lot of old school songs.
Well, like I said, greatest hits albums are for little children and housewives. Just kidding. But that's a quote from Kids in the Hall. But Ken Stevens isn't bad. He's a really good artist, but he's just not my cup of tea.
Not your cup of tea. This is why we're doing this segment here. Okay, when you got vinyl, you think about what kind of vinyl, like what are must-haves, and if you had something by Prince, Purple Rain. What's your thoughts on Purple Rain?
Oh, I love Purple Rain. I love the movie. I love the album. I like Prince in general. And if you want Prince, you think Prince, you want all most of the '80s releases of Prince, maybe some of the early '90s stuff. But Purple Rain is a strong album. Great movie. Big fan.
Big fan.
How many of these do you have?
We keep this going now. Buddy Holly, Peggy Sue, Oh Boy, Rave On, Every Day.
I like Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly.
He's pretty classic. I never did see the movie with Gary Busey. Did you?
No, I did not.
That's one we should put on our list.
I did see La Bamba. And like I said, my favorite album of all time, Grace by Jeff Buckley.
Tell the album.
Sweetheart, My Drunk Was All. This is the only full album.
His only fully produced, completed album is Grace. It's sad.
One of Mark's favorite bands, The Smiths.
I love The Smiths.
Classic.
This is a great album. We got Everything with the Queen is Dead, Big Mouth Strikes Again, The Boy with the Thorn in His Side. Very melancholy. I love Smiths. Johnny Marr and Morrissey are awesome.
The band, also.
Unopened here. Are you just collecting it?
I have many unopened
I recommend listening to this
and
Awesome.
figurines.
The band are great. Robbie Robertson and the Buys. Good stuff.
And a must-have classic as well. Thriller.
Oh, yeah. This is a pretty popular album. Lots of jams, of course.
And there's a meme going around about if you have that lean, that mean lean, you're going to have a killer album. Okay, this is going to be more softer, soothing music of Motorhead.
I love this. Can't go wrong with Ace of Spades.
Maybe I should speed this segment up. I got
How many records do we have? We
Jim Croce.
Two at a time?
Let's go. Jim Croce. Beat him up now.
How many of these? I think we should end this segment right now.
No, quick.
After this one.
Treasure the Hip.
I love Treasure the Hip. Classic.
All right. You say your favorite? Band. We got Pearl Jam. We got Tom Petty. Okay, we're gonna end off with one last album, and the reason I'm gonna do this because when I had a cassette tapes. This is the first cassette tape I heard on Sonic the Hedgehog. What are they called? Old school.
Walkman.
So, Mister.
Why don't you take
these broken wings and learn to fly again? All right, can't sing too much. We'll have the copyrights.
We're gonna have to copyright it. Hopefully we don't get flagged.
All right. So that concludes our music segment. Moving on to movies and shows. Let's go. So, I'll start with you.
Do you want to start with we'll start with the big one we watched last night.
Big movie.
Is it still the number one film?
I don't know.
In North America? I would assume so. Wonder Woman 1984.
I kind of gave away a couple subtle hints when I said there was not much action. Mark's like, you're not supposed to tell me anything.
Aaron reads reviews before he watches the movies for some reason.
We're not going to do any spoilers on this here podcast, but it had a good amount of action.
I thought so too.
And storyline. Might be a little too cheesy, maybe.
I feel as though, going into it as Wonder Woman 1984, like, what exactly do you expect from a film? Like, obviously some parts are silly and cheesy, but overall it was a fun experience. I've been, I've been looking forward to new Superman movies, and I enjoy it. Like, if Frank Hennicourt, the guy that directed Brain Damage, Basket Case, and Frankenhooker, what he basically said is that there's room for all different types of movies, and it's fun to just sit back and watch a popcorn movie sometimes. And that's exactly what Wonder Woman 1984 was to me. It was just bit of entertainment.
And that's what we did. We had some air popcorn.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And like I said, there are parts that were silly and cheesy, but it's pretty much what I would expect from a DC film of that nature. You're not going to get a dark movie from a Wonder Woman release, and it's still better than the original Justice League cut. No, I'm not sure if the Zack Snyder Justice League cut's going to be better, but supposedly there's like an hour more movie, so that's something to check out in the future.
And some issues now, people don't want to pay like $29 to rent a movie, but when you think about it, when your whole family can sit down and watch it pre-show, when you go to the theater, it's going to be costing that much more.
And what's the numbers like on the home release for that? I bet they're pretty good.
Yeah. And the one controversy one that came out on Disney was Mulan, where it was shot in China, where there was I think there's human abuse or whatnot in that area where they shot.
Yeah, it was like a sketchy part of it was a controversial part of China, if you will. How about I should say sketchy, but controversial part of China, and that upset a lot of the Chinese people regarding it. But I have no interest in seeing. Me personally, I have no interest in seeing the Mulan remake, anyways. But it's up to the viewer, I guess.
A movie I've seen also lately, I don't think you've seen it. It was Honest Thief. Honest Thief, by Liam Neeson. Is it
Liam Neeson?
Neeson, yeah, that's it. And it's like every movie by him, but it was actually decent. I thought it was gonna be really bad, but it was decent. RoboCop, the new one, not my cup of tea either.
That's another movie I'm not interested in the remake. I love the original RoboCop.
And The Tenet, you waited forever to show up in theater. I don't think it did it? Or
no, unfortunately they didn't get the theater here, but I was able to get it on release to purchase on digital, so that was excellent. I really enjoyed that movie. A lot of action. It was like a thinking man's action movie, so. It's a movie I look forward to watching it a second time, and I think you pick it up. I would feel as though you pick up more things the more you'd watch it. And also recently, I watched a couple of Blu-rays I got for Christmas. The first one I watched out of my I've seen a few Fellini films before, but this one I haven't seen before. El Strada, excellent film, 1954. Anthony Quinn stars in it. I strongly recommend that. It's like a cinematic masterpiece. And like I said, there's room for different kinds of movies. Everything. This is an Italian film.
As for shows lately, have you been binge watching anything? Or?
Shows? Well, I watched Cobra Kai, which I recommend.
There's 3 seasons?
Yeah, the third season was released a couple months ago.
It's been
or last month, sorry. And it's a lot of fun. If you like the Karate Kid series, it's definitely worth checking out.
Is it serious, or is there some comedic parts of it?
It doesn't take itself. There's serious parts, but it doesn't take itself overly serious. So there's a lot of comedy,
like dramedy.
There's lots of comedy in it for sure.
And we saw the last 2 episodes of Mandalorian. We were a bit slow on it, but I just got home from work,
and I waited for him because I'm a good brother.
Good brother. No spoilers. You read one, but I didn't want to hear.
Yeah, I knew one of the spoilers, but we're not going to say anything, of course. But all I'm going to say is that it's an awesome series.
We won't do any spoilers either, but do you think the last episode had too much CGI, or did you thought it was?
I don't know.
It was good.
I don't know if you can say Star Wars and too much CGI in the same sentence, because that's pretty much all the Star Wars has been CGI, for the newer ones especially.
Okay. And the question I was going to ask, I think you already answered it. I said, is there any need of doing like remakes? Like, I know The Witches is coming out. I haven't seen it. I love Roald Dahl. One of my favorite movies has been the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, 1971, with Gene Wilder. And I love Johnny Depp, but Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is not the same as the old school one.
I feel as though most remakes are unnecessary. And if you're not going to bring anything additional to the story or do a kind of reimagining of the film, what's the point of doing them?
And Johnny Depp, I guess, is in some heat now during the old court cases with his ex and everything. So hopefully he doesn't lose, well, my point of view, I hope he doesn't lose too much acting movies.
I think it's already happening, though. He lost that role for that J.K. Rowling movie already.
Yeah, there's the Magnificent Beast, and he talks about doing Beetlejuice 2. I think about doing another remake.
I hope that's not real. I hope they don't touch Beetlejuice.
Yeah. And another guy who's only been in hot water just due to his own spending is Nicolas Cage. He's been every day I look, he's in a new movie. So what was that movie coming out? You said this looks fun. I don't know.
I can't remember. It looks cool though. I can't remember what it's called.
So he's always making movies. Some are
Color Out of Space and Mandy were both great. And he is a good actor. He just doesn't turn down a role like ever.
No. Would you watch Face Off too?
Well, they're talking about remakes. They're talking about remaking that.
What? Oh my! So, as for movies and shows, you think that
Yeah.
concludes?
So we're just gonna talk about food for a minute before we go.
Mark, you gotta make the. I gotta do the
Transition?
graphic transition. Just start with
Food.
You guys ever try food?
Food is good.
All right, let's talk about food. All right. All right. I was gonna talk about how I still got the Christmas tree out, and we're still celebrating Christmas because where I went early for work. It was my first trip away from my baby. She's 2 months, no, 10 weeks there now. And it was first trip away, and I worked 4 weeks on and off, so it was hard, but it's good to be home. And I came home, and Nan, well, our mom, Sandra, beautiful, most amazing woman, and, well, my wife and the baby too, you know? But she gave me some spices for Christmas, and I had like a nice masala box set and vegan spices, so I made a nice Indian dish that Laura and I had, my wife and I had. It was very good. And lately I've been eating a lot of pizza. I got a question about pizza.
Okay.
A food question about pizza. Mark and I have both been to Rome, not together, but separate events.
Okay.
I turned down the Rome trip from school to go see Dave Matthews Band in concert live with my father, but that's a different topic altogether. Pizza. Your favorite pizza, is it Roman pizza that you had in the motherland? Or where, no, not in town, I'll talk about that after, what would be the best in town, but right now, best pizza of all you ever had. Think about it, conjure in your head, what is it?
Best pizza ever? Well,
Don't say McDonald's.
I like. It's hard because pizza's so different. I do like Luigi's in Gander or Corner Brook.
Yeah.
I like the slices that you used to get at Steiger's. I'm not sure what the new location is like. The Steiger slices is top notch. And Lefty's is up there too.
Lefty's.
I love Lefty's because they have that stone oven, right? And they're
So
not
that's here in
stingy with
town,
the
Grand
cheese.
Falls.
Yeah, definitely Lefty's for here in town. Big town, Grand Falls.
And the Rome pizza, Italian
It's a
pizza.
whole different ballgame. Like it's not.
Do you like thin slice? Do you like?
It's not bad. I don't mind a thin pizza, but it wasn't my favorite. The Rome style. It was pretty
like-
good. But like, I probably prefer our style,
are
our
you a
Western
deep
style.
dish? You a deep dish boy?
I probably see the thing is I've only had grocery store deep dish. I never had proper
And does the crust
deep dish.
gotta be
I haven't been to
stuffed?
Chicago. I haven't been to Chicago. So I haven't been to Chicago. So I don't know. I've never had the 100% proper. But I guess I said I've never been to New York either. But been to Italy, so that's pretty good.
And now from, I was gonna say, do you stuff your crust?
I like stuffed crust.
He likes
Not
to
afraid
stuff
of
it. Stuff it. All right, we're gonna move on to not just food, Mark. Now beverages. Can we talk about this for a minute? What's your favorite coffee of all time? Mark? What is your favorite?
Now, this,
Mark.
you know what?
What is your favorite coffee?
when I got up today and I did a press of
Crack-a-noon?
Colombian Cardio Coombs Cafe. It was probably one of the better coffees I ever had because I did a perfect mix amount and the perfect press. It was really good, I gotta say.
This is off topic too, but lately I've been cooking home. Well, I just got home a couple days ago, and Laura's like, "This is the best breakfast wrap you made in a long time. This is the best Indian I had in
Maybe
a long
you're just
time."
knocking it out of the park.
I was like, "It's because you never had it in a month."
oh, that could be that too.
But I did try new spices, and I kept the wrap pretty simple, but
Send the conversation to coffee.
oh yeah.
Locally, I would probably say that besides Cardio Coombs, I'm probably going to say I like Common Grounds. And when I was in St. John's, it would usually be Rocket. I like their drip coffee or Jumping Bean.
I believe they're still open, but they moved location.
different locations
They moved
as well,
location. So if you're into local family businesses, please do try go in there. And I'm not going to talk down any Tim's, McDonald's, but go local if you can. Support the families during this time here. And as for another beverage of sorts, should I break up alcohol and beer, or what's your favorite beer?
My favorite beer is Goose Island Ltd.
Is your favorite vodka, Goose?
My favorite vodka is probably the Clear Skull Dan Aykroyd stuff.
Over here. Yeah. I would have to say vodka is a skull, my favorite too as well.
My favorite alcohol overall, sorry to interrupt, is Jack Daniel's whiskey.
That I do not like.
Well,
I
it's more
do
for
like
me.
Cat Morgan.
More for me.
I like Cat Morgan spice. Spice it up a bit. And I do, as for beer, I usually go for Heineken, which got like a weed kind of smell for some reason. And it's a little more expensive, but you know.
Heineken's good.
And yeah, that concludes the beverages.
Yeah, so I think we got a pretty good. I think we're good for today. What do you think?
There's one more topic.
What is it?
We must go on. Babies, 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 babies. Kalani's growing up. It's been a month since I've seen her when I came home. Like I said, I work away. So she has been going through some changes. She's drooling a lot more. But that's okay. And she's been smiling a lot. So I'm going to show some pictures of not only my baby, but also Isabella. So here's the babies growing up so far. And also, I went for a swim with her for the first time. I thought 2 months might have been early, but I'm the one afraid of water. She's not, so she loves it. I got some pictures of her in the water. Also, once we got home, to wash the chlorine off, we took her straight to the bath. And when we tried to take her out of the bath, she cried. She's like, didn't want to go to there. So it's like, you're going to get shriveled up to a little raisin. So she's more alert, more loving her mat, playing with her piano, kicking it. Marc said he wanted to get a piano his size and start kicking it, like the movie Big, I guess, the mat one. And so she's into water a lot more. And she watched her first game of hockey with Isabella. You were there as well.
That was cool, yeah.
So I'm going to show a picture of them sitting on the couch being cute together right now. Yeah. So growing up, you hung out with Kalani when I was gone too, made sure she was all right.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on her in the past month? Has she many changes or?
Oh no, she's still pretty much a baby. She
Just going through college
doing
now.
all the baby stuff.
All the baby stuff.
Yeah.
And so that was movies, shows, music, food, babies, and we're gonna have some contests coming up in the near future. So please stay tuned for our next couple episodes. There's gonna be some giveaways. Everybody like free stuff?
Everybody likes free stuff.
Everybody likes free stuff. All right. So until next time. Again, thank you, Marc.
No problem.
Na zdrowie. Dobry dzień. All right. So until next time, stay tuned, stay happy, and stay healthy. Bye for now. Whoop whoop.
Why would you need all this stuff for a static shot of
Just in case I'm racing some horses. Oh, hello there.
This is
Still
gonna be
doing it.
pretty annoying. It's gonna be blurring in and out during the podcast.
Got a new mattress from Amazon. I'm gonna try to open it up, see what it's like. You know what I'm saying? Might bust out, might bust it, bust it. Remove wrapping mattress of the box, place it on the bed, cut the outer bag with scissors. Do not use a knife.
Ha ha ha!